Hi everyone, and welcome back. In the book of Genesis, we have that well-known story of Abraham and Sarah. He had been promised a son. He became impatient. He slept with Sarah's servant Hagar. She gave birth to Ishmael. Later on, Isaac was born. Two sons in the same house. The Bible describes Isaac as the son of promise and describes Ishmael as the son of the flesh. Galatians chapter 4 verse 23. Paul says, but he who was of the bondwoman, that's speaking of Ishmael, was born after the flesh. But he who was born of the free woman, that was Isaac, was born by the promise. So Abraham gave into his flesh and Ishmael was born. And there is a valuable lesson in this for us. In order for Abraham to continue in the plan of God for his life, Ishmael had to go. And he had grown up in the house, and Abraham had, watched him since he was a child and nourished him and cared for him and loved him. And it broke his heart. And you can read that story where he didn't want to get rid of Ishmael, but God made it abundantly clear that for the son of promise, Isaac, to take his rightful place, Ishmael had to go. Now, what does this speak to us about? Well, I think in our Christian lives today, we have Ishmaels. We make decisions. We give birth to situations, to plans. We get ourselves involved in projects that have nothing to do with what God has for our life. And sometimes when we begin to see where we're at, we try to push that Ishmael aside and say, well, I'm sorry I've done that and whatever, now I'm just going to serve God. And we find ourselves tripping up and constantly failing and never making success. Why? Because you cannot put Ishmael in the cupboard. You cannot pretend that Ishmael's there. Ishmael has to go. That situation needs to disappear. And the disappearance comes through a genuine heart of repentance and brokenness before God, where we say, Lord, I've started this, I've done this, and I'm crying out to you, forgive me. Set me free from this so that I may serve you properly and freely and righteously. In order for us to serve and to allow Isaac, the son of promise, to come to fruition in our lives, Ishmael has to go. That situation, it may be your work, it may be a project, it may be a relationship, whatever, it has to go. May the Lord help you. God bless.